All right, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace I taste to you brothers out there pushing this truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right, it's the brother Gabaria, accompanied with the brother Shamari.
Shalom.
From the Indiana camp. All right, we just basically come back at you again with another sit down. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get straight into it, starting at Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. This is Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the Son of God saw the daughters of men."
No, I was going to say, reading that first verse, you got to understand one thing. Back in, before the nations were assembled, so to speak, all right, before you had a Japhite, all right, or you had a Shemite, or you had a Hamite, you had three classes of men. You had the sons of God, which is said in that verse. You have the sons of men, and you have the sons of the wicked. All right. Now, the sons of God being what now will be considered the Israelites. All right, the men that the Lord created upright. All right. The only group of people at that time and time period had the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Then you have the sons of men, which is the rest of the nations, the heathens. All right, everyone who's not an Israelite. Then you have the sons of the wicked would be Esau, Edom. All right, before Esau, Edom was born from the lines of Jacob, the sons of the wicked was Esau, Edom. All right, before he was born. All right, keep going.
Okay. It says that the sons of Yahweh, the sons of God, saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose.
Okay, now they took them wives, all which they chose. Now I said that the sons of God were created in the likeness of God. He was created and the sons of God were created in God's image. That means that they had the laws in them. They had the laws, all right, but they disregarded the law and still went into the daughters of men, the daughters of men. All right, they knew they wasn't supposed to go into the daughters of men, but they still went into them anyway. All right, now we're going to see what happens because of that. All right, and that let me get a precept for that, because you in the next verse, in verse 3, you can extrapolate that we weren't supposed to go into them daughters because of what the Lord said in the next verse. Keep going on.
Kind of says, "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man."
My spirit shall not always govern man. All right, to strive means to walk with, to walk twine. All right, so it's the Lord's. We're not always going to walk twine with the man because we're not always going to walk twine with the Lord 100%. Why? Keep going.
It says, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
For he also is flesh. That's why the Lord's spirit will not always strive with man. Because while we go off, we walk in this flesh. All right, and this is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 2. All right, it says, Deuteronomy 7 and 2. "And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them, but thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show them mercy unto them." All right, it says, "Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thine daughter thou shalt not give his son, or his daughter thou shalt not take unto thine son." So we're not supposed to make marriages with these other nations. All right, that's just a commandment of the Lord it didn't have to be spoken of because the Lord made us in his image. All right, so we had the laws. All right, if not, then why did Noah bring 7 of the clean beasts and 2 by 2 of the unclean beasts? Why did it specify clean and unclean before the laws was given? Because the Lord had it stitched within us.
That's a good
all
question.
Right?
Yeah.
But it said, "What? My spirit will not always strive with man, because he also is flesh." So we went off. Yeah. It didn't say it, but we can extrapolate by the later testimonies through the scriptures. All right.
Yeah, that's why when you read in Genesis and they talk about the Nephilims, the men that were basically the giants upon the earth. The giants were basically the Israelites. All right,
You can keep reading. That's the next verse.
It says verse 4, it says, "There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that the sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bear children of them, and that's exactly. And the giants were basically our reputation. All right,
Exactly.
the Israelites. That was our reputation upon the earth. All right, basically, we had a big name. We had a large how can I say, a large respect about us. They was like, oh, just like have people have, Michael Jordan has a big name. He would be considered a giant.
Yeah.
He would be men of honor, men of renown. So that's how the Israelites were. We were big. We were men of renown. We were like, we were them guys. All right. So dealing with the daughters of men, which is lowly heathen women, that fucking subside us. That made us go off because we start following after their traditions and everything, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. And let me go ahead. And it says, and Yahweh came into, it says, and the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare them children, and the same became mighty men, which were the old and men of renown.
God, men of renown. That was the point.
Mm-hmm.
All right, men of renown. That's what the word giants meant in that particular verse, because you have the same word in the English, and it's two different meanings, because it's not what in the original text. It's not the same word there. All right, they just didn't have the word in the English to put there. So when it said giants in Deuteronomy, the 2nd chapter, and it said giants in Genesis, the 6th chapter, it's not the same giants. Now the giants mentioned in Deuteronomy, the 2nd chapter, was talking about the Akans, which is Hamites, and they were known for being really tall.
Tall bastards.
Tall bastards. They was known for being really tall. They call them long necks. All right, because they were really lanky and tall.
That's crazy because over there in Africa, they actually have a tradition where they put gold rings around their necks to stretch forth their necks.
Exactly.
They put around their women. They have gold rings around their women's necks ever since, like, I think when they hit the age of 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And when they get the age of 20, 21, by the time they take the rings out, and they try to add one ring every year.
Yeah.
So I think you start off with you start off with the number of how old you are. You start off with 9 rings, which is just imagine that around a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old's neck. It's going to be kind of, you're going to be hard having to turn your neck. And then each year you grow up, they're going to add a ring. So by the time you're 20, 21, you're going to have 20 rings around your neck, and when they take them off, your neck going to be, fucking looking like a damn giraffe.
That's nasty as hell, man. That's how you know that's in our people, man. Israel ain't got no custom like that, man. That's nasty.
Absolutely.
Can you jump to go to Numbers? Go to Numbers. Shit. Salakia. I got it in my notebook. It's Numbers.
Yeah, because I mean, it's not the fact that that we was dealing with the heathen women.
25.
The Lord basically didn't want us to deal with them heathen women, is because the Lord knew that we would follow their customs, man. All right, because like Elder Yashawamba said, man, he says, man, pussy is good, man. Have you ever had pussy before? Pussy can make you do some crazy shit, That's why what's it called? That's why the scripture says many men has ran out their wits for women, man. Hey, women can have you doing some outlandish shit, man. So that mean that and it's crazy because I was just thinking about it today. I was like, man, I can't. I mean, I get maybe a handful of women, and when I say handful, I'm talking about less. On one hand, I get maybe a year, but and I was just on my friend. My friend called me last night, and he told me, yeah, man, I just got done popping this one chick, man. We went to school with her and everything, and he, ever since we graduated, I think he then popped in 20 chicks already. And I'm like, shit, man, we graduated at the same time. This dude done popped fucking 20 females. Well, like, shit, and he don't even got a car house. He stays with his mom, But it's really the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua protecting us, because if we were to deal with those many women, one of those women could, be having some fi-fi and, having us skip days at camp, telling us slacking off on our sit downs, doing this, doing that, So the Lord is probably really protecting us from that, man.
Go to the 1 Kings 11:2.
You don't want the numbers?
Yeah, I want the after that though.
Okay, 1 Kings 11:2.
Yeah, because what the brother's saying, man, it's true. All right, Could you go ahead?
Kind of 1 Kings chapter 11 verse 2, it says of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
See, the Lord Solomon clave unto these women in love. You know, so we're not supposed to be go to 1 Kings 25:7. We're not supposed to be coming into these women.
1 Kings 25.
Slakia, Numbers 25:7. But we ain't supposed to be going into these heathen women because they're gonna turn us away at these other gods. All right, now this is an account in Numbers where the children of Israel was going into the other wives. Go to verse 4.
25 Numbers chapter 25 verse 4, it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his man, that ye were joined unto Baal Peor.
That's right. Slay one, every one in this man joined to these idols. Go ahead.
It says, and behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto the brethren a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses, and he in his sight all the congregation of the children of Israel, whom were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas and his brother Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and thrust both of them through the man of Israel, and the women through her belly.
So right there, you already see what happens when we go off into these other women. We go up into these guys, and that's what has to happen to everyone that does that, man. The same judgment. All right? And that's the message.
Yep.
That's the point. That's the whole purpose of this video. That's the topic. All right? And that's all I had.
Kind. We hope this video was edifying for hopeful like that there. When we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua Shem Kakwadash, and Shalom to the elect out there, and to the sincere brothers. All right.
God damn, it's hot in this